Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and today we have a heck of a deal over at the Unity Asset Store. Now they run this every year, and they run it a week or two before Black Friday, because I think basically, who the hell runs a sale during Black Friday? And I guess that makes sense. But this one is the Best of Super Sale. And the way this works is basically, Asset Store, a lot of stuff. We're talking 778 items are on sale right now for 50% off. On top of that, there is a daily deal. Every single day, there is an asset on sale for Mordor. Generally, I think it's 70-ish% off. So what we're going to do is look through all of the days of, let's call this Unity-mas. So we got 18 days of Unity-mas, 18 days with different deals. In addition to that, all along the Watchtower, you also have 778 assets on sale on the Unity Asset Store for 50% off. All right, so today, being, if you were watching this video the day I published it, being November the 17th, we have the Polygon Apocalypse Pack. Now, interestingly enough, I opened all of these yesterday, so the deal isn't up. So as you can see here, the Apocalypse Pack is normally $299, but through the magic of Unity Xmas, it is down $90, so 70% off, so you can pick it up today only for $90. So that is today's deal. So you get how this works. Every day there is going to be a new deal. Today's is the Polygon Apocalypse Pack. So now let's look forward to the 18th. On the 18th, it is Puppet Master. So what you're going to see on these videos, by the way, is the full price. So what you're seeing is the $90. I'm assuming it's going to be, let's see, this one is going to be $63 off. I don't have to assume. I actually know the values for all these things. So it's going to come off 63 bucks off Puppet Master, and that's going to be on the 18th. Move forward to the 19th, the deal of the day is going to be the Fruit Swipe Match 3 kit. This one is going to be $139 off, so a pretty sizable savings there. The next one we've got is to move on to the 20th, and we get the Game Character Voice Bundle. This is going to be $118 off. Moving on to the 21st, we get the Africa Big Game Pack, or Big African Big Pack. Big Game Pack, I guess, wouldn't be correct these day and age. That would be $140 off, so you're going to be $60 instead of $200. And then we're moving on to the 22nd. We get the Sound Toolkit. Now, this one is $499 regularly. This one is actually going to be $349 off. So still kind of expensive, but a heck of a lot cheaper than $500. Next up, after the Sound Toolkit, we get the Patch Updating System. This one is currently $139. It is going to be $97.30 off. So basically about $40 for that one. Moving on to the 24th, we are looking at the Sci-Fi Characters Mega Pack Volume 1 by Protofactor. This one is going to be $244.99 off. And then we are now on to the 25th. Essentially 1 month out from Christmas, jingle bells and all that. You get the RPG editor for Unity, the Orc Framework. This one is going to be $70 off, so this will be available for $30. Once again, each one of these deals is for that day only, although I do believe in previous years, and don't quote me on this, but I do believe they actually reran a bunch of the sales at the very end, the closing couple days of the sale, so you might get a second chance, but don't rely on that. It may not happen. All right, so next up, we have Storyteller. This is going to be on November the 26th, and it is going to be $70 off. Moving on to the 27th, we get Highway Racer, and that one is $105 off. Moving on from that, we get Arcade Racer Racing Game Development Kit, and this one is going to be $174.99 off. Then we move on to the 29th. We get Mobile HQ Vehicles Volume 1, and this one is $118.30 off. Moving on from that, we get the Unity FPX Exporter. This one is $70 off. Now, this one's a little interesting because I know Unity actually have an XPX Exporter project that's free and of their own accord. It didn't work for crap, so maybe this one's just a commercial one that actually works better. But there is actually an FPX Exporter project out there from Unity themselves. Do check that out before you purchase. I tried it. It didn't work that well, but maybe that's the difference here. All right, so now we're into December. On December the 1st, we get Atavism X1 on premises. Okay, that's a little, I have no idea what that means. It doesn't actually even tell you. Dedicated multi-threaded scalable server solution with login and world. Okay, so it's basically an online server. Okay, their picture makes it look like a dragon. Okay, so that is going to be $349.30 off. Next up, we move on to the Match 3 Sweet Sugars. We actually have two Match 3 kits here, one for fruit and one for sweets. This one is going to be $139 off. Again, we're on December the 2nd now. On December the 3rd, you get the Total Music Pack. This one is $70 off or $30 that day. And then on the final days of the 18 Days of Unity Mists, we get the Monsters Ultimate Pack 01 Cute Series, and this one is going to be $83.93 off. And I didn't do the math, but I'm going to assume pretty much every one of those was basically 70%. I'm not 100% certain, but I do have all of those and the savings linked in the linked article down below. So if you want to keep in mind, check back. That's the schedule for the rest of the sale. So each one of those days, you can get that individual asset for cheaper. And I believe, again, it's going to be 70% off. But on top of that, there is a ton of assets on here for 50% off across the store. We'll look at that in just a second. This is another interesting one here. And they're running a sale, again, through December the 4th. So this one is you receive a gift if you purchase Unity Pro or Unity Enterprise, and you save 50%. Oh, you save blah, 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 blah. But if you buy a Unity Pro or Unity Enterprise, you get a free 1-year voucher for a second Unity project, which includes Unity Mars at $600. That's their AR solution. I can't believe they made that a separate product, but that's a different video. I know I already did it. We got Unity Art Engine. This is their AI cloud-driven graphics and texture system. I really want to check this one out, but they haven't really done any public releases on it. Or you can get the Unity Build Server, Unity Reflect, or the PixYZ plugin if you're working on CAD meshes kind of stuff. Those are, if you pick up a Pro or an Enterprise level subscription, you're actually getting a fair bit of value here. Now, the kicker is, it seems like a complete no-brainer to go with the Unity Build Server if you need the Unity Build Server, because that is by far the value here, whereas Mars is a pretty crap value. But personally, I am also by far and away the most interested in Unity Art Engine. And Unity, you really got to let people see Art Engine. It sounds like a really cool technology. It sounds kind of like what Quixel and Algorithmic, it's also known as Adobe now, are kind of moving towards with their texture creation AI stuff. So that is another thing going on here. So if you were thinking about getting Unity Pro or Unity Enterprise, that sale is actually pretty significant. And then finally, we get into the other stuff that's for sale. And first off, you're ripping off my Game from Scratch logo. You just flipped it upside down. I do not appreciate that. So here we got some other stuff. Some of these, here's the downside, is if you follow this channel, which by the way you should, and hit that like and subscribe and all that other jazz, you get notified of all of the sales that have ever happened. And some of these sales are being in Humble bundles. For example, I'm not sure Odin has, and a lot of their other products were for sure. But Playmaker, for example, was previously in a Humble bundle. So do be sure to check your Humble to make sure that you don't already own something here. But if you missed out on it, Playmaker it's a competitor to Bolt. Their world got more difficult when Unity bought Bolt and made it completely free. But it is another visual scripting system out there. It is currently available at the 50% off price. And basically, if you've missed out on an asset, these things come on sale. Generally, 50% is a pretty reliable number. You can, once or twice a year, you're going to be able to get most of these assets at this price range. Gaia, another one. I've actually done a video on it in the past. A great terrain and landscaping tool there. So there is an absolute ton in here, but a lot of these things I know for sure we have seen in Humbles in the past. And Doozy UI, I think, was in a bundle in the past, or previously possibly in a Unity bundle. They run them occasionally. Actually, they just finished one a few months back. A lot of the Polygon assets have been featured in the past as well, but you know what? If you've been looking at something, Aura 2, a lot of the most popular assets out there. Now, I'm not going to go through all 33 pages of assets, obviously, because that would be painful. But as you can see, if you've been looking to get something from the Unity Asset Store, there's a pretty good chance whatever you were looking for is currently half price. Doesn't mean that it's the best sale it's ever been. It's really hard to compete with Humble. There's a reason why I cover those bundles with such passion. They are amazing deals. But the daily deal on this one, for sure, you're looking... Oh, Clazels. That was just covered in one of the bundles, too. I've done a video on that one if you're interested. So if you're interested, those are the various assets. We'll do them in reverse order. Last day to first day. These are all of the things, one day only for those. So once again, I will link the article with the link and the day for each asset. So if you want to, just bookmark that, come back and check on each individual day, you can do so. So that, again, today, assuming you're watching this on Tuesday, today's asset is the Polygon Apocalypse Pack. Now, this thing started at like 4 or 5 a.m. Eastern time for me, so I'm assuming they're on probably GMT 0 or British time. So I imagine that this deal will probably expire around GMT 0 tonight. and then you'll be on to the next asset, and on and on and on. So that is the, what the heck do they call this? The super sale, best of super sale on until December the 4th. But do remember, each daily episode, the 70% off stuff, those are one day only, and they will be available in the linked article down below. So let me know what you saw. If there an asset out there that really jumps out at you, is there something on one of these dailies that you really recommend to other people? Let me know, comments down below, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.